Welcome back to the Fantasy Price Check. Today we're going to be talking about rookie running back for the San Francisco 49ers, JaMycal Hasty. Does JaMycal Hasty have staying power in redraft leagues, and what is his outlook going to be like for dynasty leagues? That's what we're going to be getting into today. If you're new to the channel, we review fantasy football players, so if you want to continue to get price checks like this one, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. We're going to get into JaMycal Hasty's background and scouting profile, but before we get there, let's take a quick look to see how JaMycal Hasty was able to get onto the field as an undrafted rookie. The 49ers have been decimated by injuries, which has given Hasty an opportunity to get touches in this 49ers backfield. Raheem Mostert is on the IR with a high ankle sprain and will miss at least 3 games. He missed a Patriots game and is scheduled to miss at least 2 more. We all thought that Jerick McKinnon would take snaps as a starter with Raheem Mostert out against the Patriots, but that didn't turn out to be the case. He got just 3 carries in that game. Kyle Shanahan stated after the game that he wanted to rest McKinnon in order to manage his workload, but that doesn't add up to me because Jerick McKinnon had a total of 7 carries and 11 touches in the prior 2 games, so I'm calling BS on that explanation. The 49ers went with Jeff Wilson as their starter against the Patriots, and he was having a phenomenal game. He rushed for over 100 yards and had 3 touchdowns before going down with a high ankle sprain late in the game, so he's going to be missing some time. Tevin Coleman may be making his way back soon, but it doesn't sound like he's ready to start in Week 8. So there are only 2 healthy running backs on the 49ers roster right now, Jerick McKinnon and JaMycal Hasty. JaMycal Hasty looked good in limited action against the Patriots. Against the Patriots, he had 9 carries for 57 yards and a 16-yard reception, and against the Rams in the prior game, he had 9 carries for 37 yards. Let's take a look at some of his runs from the Patriots game.
New England offense, defense too for that matter. 1st and 20. Comes over to the rookie from Baylor, and look at him, stay in bounds. He played the Giants, he put him in, he said, first carry, I knew the kid had something. There's some explosion with him, and here he goes over to the...
I was trying to help him.
Hasty jumping around, and with these jump cuts leading to an open field, and then tries to challenge.
I liked what I was seeing from JaMycal Hasty. He's got soft hands and can catch out of the backfield. He's also got great short area quickness and can cut upfield. He also has good power for a guy that's 5'8" and 205 pounds. Let's take a look at his athletic profile on playerprofiler.com. JaMycal Hasty's 40 time was a 4.55 and his speed score is average. His burst score, which measures his vertical and broad jump, is 87th percentile and his spark score is 72nd percentile. There's definitely potential for JaMycal Hasty to have a role as a change of pace back, like we've seen with Matt Breida. Looking back at his college production, JaMycal Hasty played 4 years at Baylor and was part of a 3-man committee backfield. Baylor was basically giving JaMycal Hasty, Charlie Brewer, and John Lovett each about 1/3 of the workload. JaMycal Hasty was a receiving back in that backfield, and he had 3 straight seasons with at least 25 receptions. I was hoping to see a higher yards per reception average from him in college. He was averaging 5.2 yards per carry and 6.1 yards per reception, which is fine, but I'd be more excited about his receiving resume if he was pulling in at least 8 yards per reception in college. Let's take a look at JaMycal Hasty's scouting profile. Here are the pros to his game. He has good vision with the ability to temper his pace and accelerate in the open field. He has smooth footwork and the ability to change directions. He has good balance and can pinball his way through contact. He's an elusive runner with short area acceleration and quickness, and he's a natural receiver. Now let's take a look at some of the cons to his game. He has poor skills in pass protection. He's poor in short yardage situation. He lacks the leg drive to push the pile or pick up additional yardage. And he also has a tendency to take too many cuts without gaining positive yardage. For purposes of redraft leagues, while Mostert, Coleman, and Wilson are all banged up, Hasty should be able to get some run for the 49ers as their change of pace back. The 49ers will likely go with McKinnon as their starter in Week 8, with Hasty being worked in. And for purposes of dynasty leagues, I don't believe that JaMycal Hasty is capable of securing a starting role for the 49ers in the future. However, he should be able to carve out a role for himself as a change of pace back. Looking at the 49ers contract situation, Tevin Coleman and Jerick McKinnon are scheduled to be unrestricted free agents at the end of this year. The only 49ers running back under contract next year is Raheem Mostert. Jeff Wilson is scheduled to be a restricted free agent, and the 49ers have exclusive rights to JaMycal Hasty. The 49ers may let Tevin Coleman and Jerick McKinnon walk in free agency and go with a backfield of Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson, and JaMycal Hasty in 2021. You may see JaMycal Hasty listed as the RB2 on the 49ers depth chart next year, which would give him value as a low-end RB3 with upside if Raheem Mostert continues to struggle with injuries. JaMycal Hasty is fairly priced. He's an exciting player that can make some splash plays, but he profiles as a change of pace back. There will be more opportunity for him next year on a less crowded 49ers backfield. Guys, if you enjoyed this price check, give it a thumbs up. If you missed our last one on Travis Fulgham, I'm going to be throwing up his price check right over there, so be sure to check that out. And don't forget to subscribe below. I'll see you guys on the next one.